regarding raising money in my country. And my example is a film that was last year in competition in Cannes. And this film was a Hungarian film that was shot entirely in Romania, in the Danube Delta. And probably the budget was around, I'm saying probably because something very bad happened to that film on shooting it. It was started in 2006 with the first part of shooting, and it was supposed to be shot in the autumn. And in summertime, the lead actor died. So basically the film was gone. So they were supposed to raise again the money and go for the insurance, and probably the budget was more than 1.5 million euros. But coming back to financing, they were asking us, a Romanian production company, to be co-producers for this film. So we were trying for like 3 times to apply and to raise money for this film that was shot entirely in Romania. So basically a lot of money from these 1.5 millions were going into Romania. Come on, I mean, a crew has to eat, has to spend money on sleeping or whatever other resources are used for a film. We didn't manage to get all this money at all. So we didn't manage to convince our Romanian film center to put money into this project. And in Romania, if you don't have money from the film center, then you cannot raise other money either from the television or from other possibilities, which meant that we were only offering production services for this film, and this film was in Cannes. So Romania basically lost an opportunity to have a filming competition in Cannes, just because they didn't trust it. And when I'm saying trusting, I mean that the director was having previous works that were very well, I mean very, very good, and they were also presented in Cannes and in Berlin and so on. So basically when it means trusting, you can trust a person, a director that was having previous successes.
The second film I worked on was a film called Hunger, and that's been, very successful critically, but also commercially. It has sold in most territories, and the financiers are recouping their money, which I think is a wonderful thing for such a challenging film. But the finance for that was, it was developed by Channel 4 Television. A wonderful woman who's the arts commissioner there invited Steve McQueen, Turner Prize winning artist, into the TV station and wanted to develop a film with him, which is very, very unusual. And I think it's important in terms of your key financier being the person that's going to share the same vision with you as to what this film is, and protect it as it journeys along to gather the full finance and through production. Then Film 4, the film side of Channel 4, then came on board, so it started to grow more and get credibility as a film. And then because it was an Irish story, and it's set in the Maze prison in Northern Ireland in 1981, and so we felt it was very important to film it in Belfast and with as many crew and cast from Northern Ireland. And so we went to the Northern Ireland financiers there, Northern Ireland Screen, and they put money in. And then because we were very fortunate, when it's shown on Film 4, the satellite footprint covers the south of Ireland, and that meant that while it didn't make financial sense for us to be an official co-production with the south of Ireland, it did mean that we could access money from the Broadcasting Commission of Ireland, because it was an Irish story told in a new and a new way, pushing boundaries, and that it would be available to Irish TV viewers in prime time, just. So that satellite footprint meant that we could get quite a bit of money from the Broadcasting Commission of Ireland, and significantly that money was a non-recoupable grant, so it wasn't equity, so that was great for the other financiers. And then the last lot of money was the Welsh Creative IP Fund, which gives pound for pound of your spend. So, you know, that's all. So we did our digital intermediate in Wales, and they came in last. And that group of financiers worked very, very well, because they respected Film 4, Channel 4, as the initial financier. They were the lead financier and the lead, therefore, in terms of comments on the film and approvals and so on. So that was a very happy experience.
A good example, which I just recently finished, it's called Nothing Personal. It's a Dutch-Irish co-production with Stephen Ray as the main actor. The story was really suitable for co-production because it is about a young woman starting to travel to a location, to a country you don't know, and she ends up in Ireland and by coincidence meets an Irish man who lives alone. The story, so, is completely natural to be in English, and that made it very suitable for co-production. And that went really great. I met the co-producer only last year on the event where we actually all get to know each other in Cannes. McDara Keller from Fastnet Films in Dublin. We met him in May, I think. I sent him the script in July. He loved it, sent it over to the Irish Film Board, who also liked it. And in October we were shooting, so that was like a dream almost. And they substantially supported the film, the Irish Film Board, with almost 35% of the budget. And there you saw that the personal connection between me and the co-producer McDara was just great. I mean, we are friends now, we can talk about everything. We have the same approach to running your company, dealing with problems, dealing with issues, and being honest, being open. And I would say that's the main reason why that co-production was very successful and fortunate.
I will tell you a story of a documentary film, Blind Loves, which was screened here yesterday. It was premiered at the festival in Cannes in the section Directors Fortnight and received the Chicago Art Cinema Award there. For a creative documentary, it had quite a big budget, 30,000 euros, and the director, it was his debut. So he made just video clips, commercials, some spots for charity. A very talented guy. I trusted that he can make a film with that budget as a debut, as a documentary debut. And it was very, very difficult to finance the film. So we entered training programs by media with that film, like many of us do. We had a trailer, we had more than trailer, like 20 minutes long teaser. Everybody loved it because the director has a special sense for details, for humor, for absurdity. So everybody trusted that he can give a special tone to the film. But nobody trusted that the film at the end, as a feature-length documentary for cinemas, can be successful. And nobody... so this was like problem with the international financing. We pitched the film in Karlovy Vary, in Jihlava, and everybody said, there are so many films about blind people on market. We see that the director could be special, but it's a big risk for us to put money into the film. So at the end, we had to wait for 5 years to produce the film. Almost 2/3 of the budget were covered by the state public funding from Slovak Republic. We had some soft sponsors, which means they were not repaid from the income of the money, and we invested our company 30,000 euros into the film also, because we trusted it can bring the money back, which at the end happened. And this is the positive side of this 5 years long story, that the film is sold